Thanks. Hi, I'm looking for a book called Scientology Explains Radiation.
Oh, I think I know which one you're talking about. All about radiation.
Right!
Boom.
Oh, great.
This one? Does that look familiar?
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
How much is this?
You know, let me check with someone who deals with that. I'll get right back.
According to Wikipedia, All About Radiation was published in 1957 by a, quote, nuclear physicist and a medical doctor. The 1979 edition claimed to be by Hubbard and Richard Farley. The almost identical recent edition is now by Hubbard, Dr. Gene Denk, and Dr. Farley R. Spink. Farley R. Spink?
Just get the video because Jeff's in the side.
She's pulling it up.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, I haven't read that one myself, but I heard that he co-wrote it with a couple other, non-Scientology doctors and stuff when they were researching.
Oh, really?
All about that. Yeah.
It's shrink wrapped. Is there a copy I can look at?
I don't think so. All we have is right in there. Yeah, all we have. Let's see. These are shrink wrapped. Yeah.
Looks like almost everything's shrink wrapped.
Yeah, some of those things are open. Like I have some open ones of this one, which also has some other ones that just talk about
Clear body, clear mind.
radiation too, and just in general chemicals and pesticides.
You may wonder why a church is printing a book about atoms. Other religions don't seem to care. Why are there no books like Rabbis on Radiation or The Pope Explains Protons?
Yeah, this one he co-wrote, I know, with other people too.
Uh-huh. Well, how come they're all shrink wrapped?
Just because they're nicer, I guess.
Oh.
They were like,
Uh-huh.
make it nicer or something.
But
How much?
$36.22.
Including tax? This one?
$36? Oh, that's kind of a little too high. It's not a very big book, but it's almost $40.
I think it's because it's hard.
And it's also shrink wrapped, so I can't, look at it beforehand. Like, does it have pictures or not? That kind of thing. Not that I just only read picture books, you know what I mean?
Right.
But if it's shrink wrapped, how do I know?
I'll check in back in case there might be one that's
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, usually the paperback, like our books are like $15.
Do you have
like little books like for example, the hardcover ones, I think that's because it cost them more to make it, I think.
Uh-huh. Well, do you have a copy
I'll
of
check.
do you have a copy of Dianetics on shrink wrapped I could see?
Oh yeah, that one we do.
She was so happy to see you.
Shrink wrap section. Cheers.
It's awesome. You too. Congrats on everything.
Thank you.
Nice shirt.
Oh, thanks. You like rainbow shirts?
Love rainbow shirts. Fantastic.
This is the Dianetics.
And
that's a beefer.
a water?
A beef. I just made up some word. It's just beefy, like a big.
Oh, beefier. Yeah, it is.
It's a beefer. I just make up words. So this is, I found one of All About Radiation.
Oh, good. Okay, great.
Yeah, I don't know why it's so much. Usually they're like, see, the paperback of Dianetics is only $20, and
Like at the stress test I was at.
Oh yeah, see, the paperback Dianetics is $20, and then the hardcover is like $35, which is why I think this is. But that's at least bigger. I know what you mean. When she said that, I was like, "Are you sure?"
I
think it's 32. So yeah, there's no pictures here.
Oh, okay. There is a glossary in the back, though, right?
Yeah, all about the author in the glossary.
Oh,
so
good.
It's actually, yeah. I'm gonna.
Oh, how much is about L. Ron Hubbard? Does it have some? Oh, that's good.
About him, I have a free DVD about him that's probably more interesting.
Oh, could I'd like a
Yeah.
copy of that.
Yeah, sure. Do you want to still look at this?
Yeah, sure, thank you.
Sure. You can have a seat, or do you want some water? Or?
No, that's okay.
They just kind of came out with this about a month ago, so it's
Oh,
really
great.
cool. It kind of goes into why, like, his life as a kid, and like why he even came up with this. It's like, why?
Well, it helped him during after the war, didn't it? When he was hurt.
Yeah, that sort of thing. But you see him doing different things like writing and traveling and studying the Eastern,
What kind of man could have founded the only major religion of the 20th century? He rode barely broken range broncs at the age of 3.5. He was also reading well beyond his years. Became the youngest Eagle Scout in American history. Trekked more than 250,000 miles through India.
Organized the first of several expeditions to remote and primitive lands, where he not only conducted one of the island's first complete mineralogical surveys, America's 385th licensed glider pilot.
L. Ron Hubbard wrote it all. He was also scripting matinee blockbusters for Hollywood. He was further honored with a place in the prestigious and invitation-only Explorers Club, when he isolated the single common denominator between all living things. As he had since earned a rare Master Mariner's license to captain any vessel in any ocean, commanded warships in both the Atlantic and Pacific. Street gang members whom he treated as a special officer with the LAPD. It was the biggest selling book on the mind ever written.
The book includes facts like vitamins cure radiation. Tell that to the Japanese. Hubbard had no qualifications to write about physics.
Here, too, was one of America's earliest classes on nuclear physics, through which he embarked on yet another investment.
Oh, will you shut up, L. Ron Hubbard voice? We know he got an F in the only physics course he took before he dropped out of college.
And he was like, was like a Blackfoot. And when he was really little, he got like some award by like this Blackfoot Indian. They called him a blood brother.
Oh, really?
By that time, the first time a white person got that award. Yeah.
Well, I just knew about him because he'd invented study tech.
Oh, you know about study tech?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm Dave, by the way.
Hi, I'm. Study tech it's like part of the Delphi schools.
Delphi, yeah.
Yeah, so Delphi schools are a Scientology school, right?
Hi, my name's Mira, and I'm 7 years old, and I just love my school.
Well, they don't get into because there's non-Scientologists they go there. It's specifically, it's just all it does is it uses his study technology. So they don't get into spreading, talking about religious, like auditing or mind or spiritual things like whatsoever.
But isn't there an e-meter for children?
There's no like kid e-meter. I mean, there's an.
Oh, I saw one for sale. It was $800. It was like
a mini one?
Yeah, it was blue.
Really? I've never seen that. Maybe they used to make those. Maybe it was like used and they.
Yeah, because it wasn't new, I don't think.
A little one, because little kids don't really usually get auditing and stuff.
Oh, right. They call it a vocabulary builder.
Cool.
So I live in WeHo, and I was wondering what's like
West
Scientology.
Hollywood
Yeah, West Hollywood. Yeah,
oh, cool.
Which is right next to here.
Right.
And I was wondering, what's Scientology's position on gays?
Scientology doesn't really have a position on.
Like the Catholic Church is anti-gay, for instance.
Right. Well, Hubbard doesn't really say he doesn't get into that. Like there's.
Oh, he doesn't.
No, I mean there's gay people that.
Well, I just looked here on page 125 of Dianetics, and it says the sexual pervert. It includes homosexuality, lesbian, sexual sadism, etc., and all down the catalog of Ellis and Kraft Egning is quite ill physically. So, like right here, would you like to read that part?
I've read Dianetics.
Well, then how come you couldn't remember that on page 125 he says that homosexuals are perverted? Why should I read a book like that that's going to tell me that I'm evil? And also,
are you here to does the gentleman want to talk or just make sure
I wanted to ask you where Shelley Miscavige is. Where's Heber Gents? Where's Shelley Miscavige?
If you came here for that, then there's no reason to talk about that sort of thing.
Okay, well, we won't talk about that. Maybe we can talk about where Russ Bell is. Okay.
You need to be here for.
Scientology is a cult! Free Shelly Miscavige! Free Russ Bellin!
So, the Beverly Hills Mission wants to sell a shrink-wrapped 50-year-old pseudoscience book for almost $40 when it's available on Amazon.com for $2. It costs more to ship it.
David Miscavige beats his staff. The FBI is investigating you on human trafficking charges.
I am a Scientologist. I have gay friends.
Uh-huh.
So many people who are Scientologists are totally fine with that.
What about the poor guys who are praying their gay away? You guys claim to cure homosexuals, but you can't. You take their money and nothing happens.
No one says things like that.
You're going to be in so much trouble for letting me come in there now. You're going to be in so much trouble. You're going to go to a lower condition.